Okay, so we found Papoose's transsexual son, and he's a Barb. He goes by Mulan Melody Mulan. He has a message for everybody. That message is, I'm not clearing up any rumors. Fuck what you heard. Go hear it again. So he's basically confirming and as has been presenting himself as a female for a couple of years right now. Remy Ma spilled the beans that Papoose had a transsexual son. All right, a lot of us didn't know that. She later on tried to come back, and apologize for outing him in this video.
Call your son. A lot of people are atting him. A lot of people are tagging him. You came on here to bash me. You came on here to smooth things over so your current come up will feel better. Yet you haven't called your son. His birthday was a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Why you didn't call him for his birthday last month? People are calling him, asking him. People are in his inbox saying X, Y, and Z. I called him. I cried, tears in my eyes, because when I was talking, I just was coming at you. I didn't even think about like, oh shit, what if he doesn't want people to know? What if? So when I spoke to him, I apologized. I'm sorry. I didn't think about you. And he said, that's okay. I love you. Whatever. Call your son. I told him you love him. We grew up in an era where being LGBTQ wasn't a thing. We were literally conditioned to treat people a certain way. You understand? So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you to accept it. You're his only son. He had a different idea of what you were going to be. He'll come around though. While you were bashing me, that's what I was telling your only biological son. I'm a great fucking mother. To my kids, to my sisters and my siblings' kids, to your kids.
So Papoose's son, Shamel Jr., who now chooses to go by Mulan Melody Mulan, and the Instagram is his Instagram is Life with Melly. So it's confirmed that this is him. He also has a confirmed TikTok as well. Now, going by what Pap is saying right here, he's not ashamed of his son. He loves his son. And he's saying he had a picture with his son. But what everybody is getting on about is saying, like, that picture you had with your son was from 2019, when he was still presenting as a male. They said that he's been like presenting as a female since like 2022 or something like that, and has been posting on the gram for like the last year. And there's no pictures with Pap and his son ever since the transition. That's the part they're getting on Pap about. All right. Now, as a father, I don't want to throw any shots at Pap. I don't want to throw any shots at his kids, because that's a serious situation. That's a touchy situation. I could only imagine, what he's going through, what he's feeling, because when we have sons, none of us imagine that for our son, or I should say, that's our worst fear for our son, next to him being unalived, So this is nothing for me to make fun at him about. The only thing that I will say pertaining to Pap about this is, your relationships are often made very public. You spend a lot of time in front of the camera with whoever your woman is at the time. And that's no knock on you, my brother. That's no knock on you. What I'm saying is, perhaps that could have something to do with this. You putting so much time and effort and love. And I don't know what it's like behind the scenes, so I could be wrong. But I'm talking about what it comes across to as the public. Like, you always highlight and showing your woman your relationship, and not your kids as much. And I don't know if it could have had anything to do with, the kid feeling that way, or, I honestly believe, that homosexual stuff is always just the whispers of Shaitan. I believe that's the whispers of Shaitan, and some people fall weak to those whispers. So, that child could have been in a fragile state, due to feeling some sense of, I don't know whether neglect or jealousy or something, due to the fact that even if you're not doing that, you're seen as someone who like puts 100% into his woman. And I know that the kids come with that, the family comes with that, but like nobody sees the kids in the family. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? Nobody sees that. What we just see is like y'all on a constant honeymoon. Like you always on a honeymoon with your woman. And I don't know, if that could have played a role and, the kids feeling some type of way enough for their guard to be down when the shaitan whispered in their ear. That's how I feel about that personally. I'm nobody, but I don't know. Maybe if there's more time spent, instead of just an acceptance from afar, but more time spent, man, you could like somehow, some way, bring this kid back to the kid that you were proud to take pictures with. It's possible. I believe it's possible, man. Allah's mercy is greater than his wrath.
And I hate to talk bad about her, but you came on here and you mentioned my kids. Then you went back on there and tried to act like you exploited my son, like it's something I'm ashamed of. My son is in the picture with me on that Father's Day, the next day from when everything transpired. So that's fabricated. I can't say as my kids get older in life, and that's for my daughters too. Sometimes we go through our little situations where we don't see eye to eye. That doesn't mean you don't love them. Whatever lifestyle any of my kids choose, I still love them. And I mean that.
A lot of people faulted Remy for putting this information out there. But I feel like if he has an Instagram where he's presenting himself to the world as a woman, she didn't out anything.
That's right! Right!
That was crazy.
I'm already going through a lot of shit right now. Leave me the fuck alone!
Right.
Real shit!
It's true.
Now, this is one thing that Pap and Lil Melly do have in common. Lil Melly was spazzing out just now over having something to do with, the person that they're in a relationship with, who just so happens to be incarcerated on Rikers Island. Now, if he didn't get the trans stuff from Papoose, he definitely got the falling in love with a jailbird from Papoose. Now that's something he probably got from his daddy. Thinking ain't nothing wrong with loving somebody that's locked behind bars. Pap and Remy, I hope y'all get y'all shit together for the sake of these kids. If it was one thing I could tell y'all and get y'all to listen, is keep y'all family business off the goddamn internet, man. That ain't the way y'all solve nothing. Keep y'all family business.